Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to this presentation of CLIC Startup Competition. We are sorry for our delay, but we had some technical issues, but we fixed those so we can start. Our meeting, even if we are far away each other. First of all, we just presenting this project that will have CLIC project granted by H2020 program, European program. And one of its activities will be held in Naples next 24 to 26th of November. Probably some activities will be live in presence. Other activities will be held on digital platforms as COVID-19 emergency. I don't want to. My role this morning will be just to introduce our speakers. And first of all, I want to introduce you Professor Fusco Girard, who is the scientific director of this project. So the mind who thought the idea of this project. And so I would ask him to introduce us CLIC project and its whole vision. Please, Professor.
Yes, thank you very much for staying here. I thank you all, dear friends, also for this delay and for your patience. Okay, this meeting is for understanding better which is the CLIC project and which is the characteristics of the startup initiative. You understand that this competition should be strictly linked to the CLIC project. First element of CLIC project is the specific interpretation of the circular human-centered model, because this means many outcomes, many consequences, which is the circular human-centered model of the city development implemented through the reuse of our heritage assets. Another key element is about the interpretation of the entrepreneurship that is required in this field, that is in general linked to the public support. But we know that public support is not a really sustainable approach for a long life of our assets, of our heritage asset. So I think that these many problems should be examined more in depth in this presentation, but I am very sorry. I have another meeting exactly in this moment with UN Habitat. And I asked to Antonia to introduce better all the elements, all the issues, and all the characteristics of the CLIC project. I thank you very much, and I am very sorry, but we have a delay, and I have to come immediately to them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. And so have another meeting. If you are creating another project, it's good for all of us. So feel free to go
many
to
many projects. Not
yeah,
one.
that's good. That's good for the future. So
ciao.
Ciao. And so Antonia, she is the scientific coordinator of the project. So she wants to show us some slides to better explain to us what is the startup competition in the framework of the CLIC project. Please, Antonia.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being present in this presentation of the CLIC Startup Competition. And I thank very much all the participant speakers for their patience and their active engagement. I would like just briefly to introduce the startup competition of the CLIC project, which is the Horizon 2020 funded project on cultural heritage adaptive reuse in the perspective of a circular economy. The startup competition is an initiative thought for stimulating the entrepreneurial entrepreneurial ecosystem in the cultural heritage sector. This is a sector, as Professor Fusco Girard was saying before, that is mostly supported by private funding sources. But in the last years, and also according to the analysis and surveys that we have developed in the project, there is a lot of initiatives that are bringing cultural heritage as a new sector of sustainable development, as a contribution, a key contribution also for the achievement of the sustainable goals of development. This startup competition really wants to stimulate innovators and startups and also informal teams to contribute with their ideas for cultural heritage adaptive reuse, contributing also to the development of a circular economy in cities and regions. So just to summarize which are the topics of the competition, we have a very large, very large topics for all participants that have an idea that is related to cultural heritage. Cultural heritage, in fact, is able to stimulate development in the sustainable tourism sector, cultural tourism, and also in the eventuality of the COVID-19 pandemic that we have seen in this year, unfortunately, safe solutions for sustainable tourism could be presented for this competition. The heritage community, social innovation and ethical finance is another large sector that is really increasing and developing in the last years. The heritage communities are really the people that can bring new ideas and stimulate also the other stakeholders, public stakeholders, private entities, and the other people at the community to take care of cultural heritage. I go on with you see the pictures of the promotion video saying a better future comes from the heritage community, social innovation and ethical finance, but also from creative, cultural, education and entertainment industries. So cultural activities linked to cultural heritage valorization, reuse can be really introduced as a related entrepreneurial sector. Also, abandoned cultural landscapes are part of this competition. So we can host and support through the also the experience and expertise of our CLIC partners, ideas that are aimed to regenerate cultural landscapes and in general areas that have cultural values but are less accessible and less developed in this sense. So I'm thinking about mountain areas or rural landscapes, for example, that really hold particular and intense cultural values, but could be better valorized and also reusing the abandoned resources that we have. So Europe is full of abandoned resources or even underused. So we really want to call for action the innovators and startups already working and already developing their innovative products and services linked to cultural heritage, adaptive reuse, but in general also to cultural heritage valorization. I would just go Here to the last topic of the competition, that is technologies and materials for the circular city and building. So you know that cultural heritage buildings and sites are more difficult, let's say, to be put in a condition of zero net carbon emissions, for example, through energy retrofitting, but also systems for water recovery and air quality through nature-based solutions. So we really want to host and to invite innovators and startups also in this field to make circular cities through the adaptive reuse of cultural heritage in a circular economy way. So I go just to the timeline to remind potential participants to apply for the competition within the 15th of October, so that we can start also the interviews, because the selection process will have 2 phases. The first one is the interview, so we will meet the teams that have applied, also to understand better the ideas and understand the motivation of the team and the expertise, skills and capacities of the team that are, of course, a key factor for the future development of the proposed activities. And we invite everyone to take part in the final event that will be held online instead than in person, because of the difficulties that we have in hosting meetings in person. But in any case, we invite you also in Naples for at the first moment possible for joining the CLIC team for the development of the ideas. So our CLIC partners will also host different initiatives for supporting the startups participating, and we will see later with the other speakers. So on the 25th to 27 November, we will host the final event, and 20 startups, best startups, will be selected for participating in the Living Lab, where the ideas will be further developed and finally presented for the pitch session. So this is all. And I really look forward to see which ideas will come from this initiative. So thanks to you, and I leave the floor to the other speakers.
Well, nice to meet you here, Gabriella from Facility Live, a startup company that is partner of the CLIC project. With patent granted in 46 countries worldwide, Facility Live develops an innovative technology for the organization and management of information. The technology is available on cloud and allows the creation of digital platforms that offer an innovative user experience where it comes to the fruition of information. This experience is enabled by an innovative search engine that provides precise answers to complex questions. That's how the platforms created with Facility Live technologies allows humans and machines to run searches and get a dynamic composition of data and information with a specific domain. Semen is an example of platform created with Facility Live technology, and it supports the application process of the startup competition. Now I leave the floor to Fabio that will show you the platform.
Okay, thank you, Gabriella. I'm sharing my screen right now, so
yeah, we can.
Enrico.
Okay, thank you.
You can see it? Okay, perfect. So good morning, everybody. I'm very pleased to show you Semet. You can reach Semet by typing semet.eu from your browser, and you get straight into the platform. The platform starts from the homepage which you are seeing now. The homepage shows at the top part of the page what is Semet, with some links that tells you what is it about. Endorsements like the Commissioner Maria Gabriel, which is the patroness of CEMED. And after an advertising space that you see on the top of the page, in which you can see also the direct link to the startup competition, but I'm going to show it in a few minutes. You see this page, which collects some boxes. Each of these boxes with a click triggers a search. And in CEMED, you can type also whatever you want from the search bar, which is on the top of the page. And you see that from the homepage, you at a glance have a first look of the innovation ecosystem that CEMED is addressing and tackling. You see all that you can search for all of these actors, from startups to investors, but also to communities, consortia, and academia and research centers. Because the community of innovators is about not only startups, investors, but also researchers, university, that all of these cooperate for innovation in the Mediterranean region. Then you see other links, and in the last part of the page, you see these boxes that trigger some search, which are broad search that gives you more information about the ecosystem. For example, if I click on Morocco, you see that the search changes to Morocco, and what's happening? CEMED is showing you information not on a list as we are used to do in other search engines, but in these boxes, which are called widgets, that show you the information that is all here without leaving the page. So, for example, I see the widgets of startups, I see the investors, the accelerators, the incubators, everything related to the Moroccan ecosystem. And then again, corporates, small and medium enterprises, support services, academia, so research centers and universities, the consortia, and then other contextual information like news, videos, events, policies and regulations, and documents. And if I see something that I'm interested in, I don't need to go to another page, because I can use some patented technologies that CEMED is built upon, like the hyperlinks. If I click on this link, I can see, for example, the website of the startup without ever leaving the page I'm on. This is important because it doesn't disrupt my search experience on the platform. Plus, if I'm interested in anything I see on the page, I can just, with a drag and drop operation on the top of the page, save sorry, something happening with it's conflicting with the sharing of screen. Sorry. Okay. I think that the program with the share screen is makes some conflicts with my browser. Okay, but no problem. Okay, so I was here. If I see something I'm interested in, I just drag and drop it on a folder which is on the top of the page, which is here. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, this folder is called Infobag. It's another patent of the patented technology of Facility Live, and it is a folder that collects all the information I'm interested in order to create a personal dossier. And if I connect to CEMED from, for example, all my other devices like mobile or tablet with my account, the Infobag you're seeing here is always synchronized in real time with all the other devices. Okay, I can use CEMED by searching whatever I want from the search bar at the top of the page. For example, if I'm a startup or an investor, I might be interested in all the startups in North Africa. I just type my search and then press search, and then let's see what happens. The technology underlying CEMED creates every time a different page with a different search. There is nothing pre-configured. In this case, I see all the startups in North Africa, you can see here, and other contextual information like the news, the videos, the events, policies and regulations, and documents, all related to the startups in North Africa. You see now I've got 240 results, but if I might be interested only in the fintech startups in North Africa, I just add fintech, and you see that the results I'm obtaining are less because the information is more precise, because technology avoid noise and noise or the search engine. And from the 240 up to now, you see we are still in beta, so we are stakeholders are coming to the platform more and more. Up to now, we've got 2 startups that are in fintech in North Africa. The startups in CEMED can have their own space and their own page. For example, if I click on the startup XPay, you see that it has uploaded some basic information on the platform. This is because the startup has a basic profile, is a explorer profile. But if any actor on the platform upgrades an account to a Pathfinder account, which is a premium account, it can have what we call a business page, a premium business page that you see here enables the startup or the other actors of the platform to have a very broad spectrum of possibility to upload all the interesting content they want. For example, not just basic information, but also all the press review related to the startup itself, their videos, their documents, and also their team. Not just startups have the business page. For example, also consortia like CLIC have their own business page. And if I type CLIC, I go into the business page of CLIC. You see that we have a banner on top, an advertising space with a direct link to apply to the startup competition, and then a lot of more information like the consortium participants, all the initiative that CLIC is promoting, all the news, the videos, the events, or the team among the consortia, and the documents such as the research paper that can be uploaded more and more into this platform. How can you apply to the startup competition from CEMED? You see here from the CLIC business page, you see this box, this button apply now. With a click, without leaving the page I'm on, in a few steps, I just type into this form all the information that are requested, and then by not just anographical information, but also the project description. And then at the end, with the submit, the application directly sent to the consortium that will assess it. So what are the benefits of applying to the startup competition? You see from this website. In CEMED, the 5 winners will have a free membership premium profile for 12 months. So we'll have the possibility to access to premium features such as the business page that we have just seen, plus more features like the possibility to upload deals or business opportunities, for example, to find other startups or other stakeholders in the Mediterranean ecosystem to collaborate with. And then the visibility in the CLIC showcase, in the CLIC business page for 12 months. So the winners will be here, like in an advertising space, so that will be always present. I have finished my presentation, saying my 10 minutes. I hope that everything was clear, and I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Fabio and Gabriella, for your partnership in the project, as Facility Live is a very important partner for CLIC project, as also because you are giving us a great hand in our scouting process, but also because CEMED is one of the best practices in the Mediterranean Sea, and so congratulations for your job. Now, Gabriella and Fabio, I have to ask you to go in the waiting room. In this way, I can invite other 2 speakers.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. So, I would like to welcome, first of all, Aliona. She's already online. Then I would like to invite Servat. Servat, good morning and welcome. And Ruba. And Ruba is already coming, and I will add her later. So, As every competition, we have some prizes. The prizes for the winner of the startup competition will be a mentoring path taken by Iniziativa Cube. We have Aliona Lupo from Iniziativa Cube, and she will explain us this mentoring path that the winners will follow for the successive for the next 3 months after the ceremony. Please, Aliona, just explain us what are you going to do with our winners.
Okay, thank you, Enrico. Good morning to everyone, and very nice to meet you this morning. So I'll briefly show up the mentoring program, or at least the approach of the mentoring program that will be given as an opportunity for awarded startup. This mentoring program will be provided by Iniziativa Cube, as mentioned by Enrico, and will be, as long as possible, very coherent and let's say very near the CMED platform presented by Facility Live, because we are convinced that there can be a lot of synergies and opportunities also in terms of outputs and results of the mentoring program. Just briefly to tell you something about us, we are a management consultancy company, not the biggest one, but we are trying to be the unique one for our customers in general. We operate on 4 main business units, that is corporate finance, from mergers and acquisitions, private equity, venture capital, APO, debt arrangement and debt restructuring, to edit finance. So we try to cover all the government, national and European incentives for greenfield investments, research and development, other development contracts and complex programs, and so on. Another business unit is business advisory, where we are trying to do enterprise improvement, control, project management, business planning, business modeling, industrial plans and feasibility studies, financial and treasury management. And the other sector regards the public, where we are operating on project financing and PPP, technical assistance, smart decision. These are mainly services, let's say, addressed to public administration or for privates that are interested in working with public administration. Some of our main figures: we are 35 professionals with 6 offices in Rome, Naples, Milan, Turin, Brussels and London. And since the year 2000, we financed more than 1.5 billion of greenfield and brownfield investments, more than 400 million of research and innovation investments, more than 200 active customers with hundreds of closed operations, more than 350 million euros of debt lines activated for enterprise development, and more than 50 project finance and PPP operations supported. Why I'm telling you all these facts and figures? Because all our activities transversally can be used and will be used in the mentoring program proposed to the startups, trying to realize as long as possible a very tailor-made one in order to have specific and concrete results at the end of the period that will work together. Our approach to the startups is based on our relevant experience acquired by our team in the evaluation of business development programs, in research and development projects, and business advisory services related to project management, process engineering, financial and management control, with the aim to ensure the coaching needed to support the startup phase of the companies. In particular, we are able to provide a highly specialized support combining mentoring services for the definition, structuring and startup of businesses, matchmaking services aiming at identifying industrial partners for the startup phase, or licensing of the results of R&D programs, financial advisory services to rate the debt capital, risk capital, edit finance, required to support the implementation of investment and startups' growth, scouting services for potential commercial partners, managerial coaching services during the critical phases of startup process. So the starting point of the mentoring program will be based, of course, on this expertise, and the overall approach of the mentoring program will be based on the use of mix of practical methodologies such like business innovation roadmap tool, investment readiness level assessment, business model canvas. All these tools partly, for example, have been used under SME instrument call of Horizon 2020. So these are very validated methodologies and very useful in order to assess the starting point of your startup. This approach aims, of course, at facilitating the involved managers to generate a holistic and a systemic picture of your business and to elaborate a strategic master plan for implementation measures. We'll try to assess the readiness level of different aspects such as leadership, team capability, product readiness, market readiness, financial readiness. The overall process will be structured under 4 main steps. The first one will be based to the configuration of a business case context. After this first configuration, based on the methodologies I've mentioned to you now, we'll assess all business aspects. We'll try to analyze and evidence which are the main needs of the involved startup, and based on these needs, we'll design the roadmap and we'll start, of course, the implementation and the monitoring already during the mentoring program of different activities necessary in order to develop your business. So based on the state of development of your business, we'll try to understand together if it is necessary to better define the business model of your initiative, or you need to draw with us a business plan, or you are looking for investors. So we'll try to develop a roadmap for the financing of your initiative, selecting the most appropriate solution for you, or you need other partners of industrial type or I don't know, academia research. We'll try to put our network to your benefit and to identify the necessary partner. Also, the program will contain a small, let's say, dashboard with some KPI in order to assess where we are going and if we are going well with our program. So our approach will be as open as possible to the mentoring support in order to have concrete results at the end. Thank you to all for the attention, and we really hope to see you soon and to see the best solution in Europe under CLIC project. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you a lot, Eliona. And okay, we want to see these 5 winners that will follow your program. So I think we don't have to wait too long. So in a few months, you will have your answer, and we will see these 5 startups, which results will get on the market, because you know the startups win when they sell the product or their services. So we hope that you can guide them to reach the market and become greater and greater and greater. So thank you, Eliona, very much. So before giving the floor to Sebas van Berkom, I would like to invite Ruba Salem. Good morning, Ruba. Sebas and Ruba represent 2 best practices in Europe. Now we'll ask to Sebas to explain us what they do in Amsterdam. At part 3, the trigger. I hope that my pronunciation is not so bad, and because you have a great experience in the startup ecosystem, in innovation ecosystem. So I would like to ask you to tell us something about your foundation and about what is happening in Amsterdam right now, because we saw, you know, a great experience in the Mediterranean area with the CNET. Then we would like to know what's happening in the Northern Europe. And then to Ruba, I will ask her to tell us about their, you know, their training for startuppers, because I know that your organization, Ruba, has got great expertise in training wannabe startuppers. So, Servats, please, I'll leave you the word and thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. And it's quite interesting to listen to all of these examples and initiatives from all over Europe. So I'm very happy to participate. I work for Pakhuis de Zwijger, and I can appreciate how difficult it is for non-Dutch speakers to pronounce that. Pakhuis de Zwijger is a foundation. We call ourselves a platform for urban innovation. So we organized all different kinds of events surrounding urban topics, from design to climate change, to housing, to social enterprises, but also topics like the cohesion in cities. We do that by organizing all different kinds of events in a big theater we have here in Amsterdam in the Eastern Harbour, a very nice building. And we do that from the perspective of the so-called double triple helix, which means we all know the triple helix, so government with businesses and universities working together, and that's already really good. We invite everyone to talk, but we say this is not good enough. So you should add to the triple helix, you should add the double triple helix. So we do have to invite smaller businesses, but also knowledge institutions and common people to talk about what's happening in their cities and to try to connect people on all these different kinds of issues via dinners, meetings, but also 2-hour programs where we discuss all different topics in society. Obviously, this is not possible anymore. We used to invite about 700 people per weekday. My connection is gone. I'm not really sure if it is working. But we used to invite 700, and back again, we used to invite about 700 people per day in our house. And it was an Amsterdam space, so this was quite difficult. Can you give me a signal that you can still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You can? Okay, because on my side, the screen is flickering. But obviously, because of Corona, this isn't possible anymore. So we changed into a television station. And so we broadcast 60-minute programs on a lot of different kind of topics. And we do that by working together with a lot of partners, larger companies, but also small companies, startups, government, and other kinds of initiatives. And we talk with them, what kind of topics should we cover in society? What topics need to be discussed? And from that point of view, we continue with making these programs. So we invite them, we ask the questions together with our partners, we pay for the programming together with our partners, and then in the programming, we have this open dialogue where we all come together. One of these events we organize is the so-called Startup Live. This is a program where we interview startups from all over the metropolitan region of Amsterdam, but also the rest of the Netherlands. And my connection is lost. This is really strange.
We are losing you.
Okay, Servats can try to reconnect. I think I'll check if. Wow. Today we have several technical issues.
Yeah, just let's wait 1 second if Servas is able to connect. But what I have heard is very interesting information about what is happening.
I think that
in Amsterdam
is one of biggest innovation hub we have. Okay, we have Servats back again. Here we are. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's charging.
this is the nice of the web streaming. Everything can happen. But I think every one of us is used to this kind of situation with the connection.
I hope we will be back live for this meeting and conferences. I cannot support anymore.
Yes, we would be very happy to meet in person with all of you. And we wait for you in Naples,
I
of
think
course.
that Servats is still having some problems. Let's check. So I take this time, I cannot see. Okay. Let's see.
Perhaps we can also. Okay, we have him.
I'm
Hi.
so sorry.
It's not okay.
To be working. The internet works, except somehow this connection didn't work again. Shall I continue?
Yes, it's perfect.
Sure.
Perhaps we wait a bit.
No, it's okay. Servats, please. Yeah, it's okay. Continue.
I hope you understand what I'm saying. I was quite distracted with all the screens going out. So we have an organization where we broadcast topics with all different kinds of things going on in society. Every evening we broadcast in Dutch and English on all different kinds of topics. We do this together with society, and we work a lot together with different kind of startups and other kind of organizations. So we specifically try to put on stage ideas from the bottom-up movement and try to bring it through to a broader audience and make sure that this topic is better covered in our normal program. So that's basically what we do. One of the other things we try to do is to connect startups. I'm a member of the jury from the so-called Go and Ha here in the province of North Holland, where Amsterdam is part of. And so we select, in a same kind of competition, we select startups to participate on environmental issues or transport and mobility, and how startups can improve society and come up with new ideas. It's lots of fun to do that, but it's also, I think, very important to connect different ideas and connect different people in this kind of way. People always ask us what is the preferred outcome, and I really don't know, because when we start doing something, things happen. So sometimes there's a political response, sometimes there's economic response. Like 2 weeks ago, a startup formed out of one of the programs I did on the wondrous world of AI. This led to the start of a new startup on subtitles. And a while back, a program we did led to a letter from professors and other stakeholders in society to the new negotiating partners for the city government of Amsterdam. And this led directly to change in policy in Amsterdam. But I can't guarantee that, of course, in the start. So for you, and I think I would hope to get out of this whole idea is to see what's going on in the rest of Europe, to see what people are doing and how we can connect them to the things we do, and we connect them to other initiatives throughout Europe and throughout the Netherlands. So this is in a nutshell what we do and what I wanted to tell you. I'm sorry for the, I have no idea where the technical problems came from, but sorry for that anyways. And again, thank you for joining, for allowing me to join you.
Thank you very much, Servats, and thank you for your experience. That I think it's great. I know that in Netherlands we have also one of the most, active financial sector in granting startups. From my incubator, I'm a partner of an incubator, Innovation Hub. We are an incubator of startups, and we have at the moment 5 startups granted and by investors from Netherlands. So your country is one of the most active and dynamics in this sector. So we hope your contribution for this competition will be wide in terms of startup participation and also in creating connection with the stakeholder of startup competition. So thank you very much.
That will be amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Servats. So Ruben, your point of view from Brussels, right? So could you please share with us your experience, what you do, and how you are going to contribute to this project, your CLIC project.
Okay, thank you very much, Enrico, for introducing us and for all the previous speakers. I would like actually to thank specifically our coordinator, IRISS CNR, but also to thank servers from Pages de Zwiger, because what he was explaining is amazing. Also because not only they have the let's say governmental support, innovation, and creativity, but they were capable at Pages de Zwiger to rethink quickly our priorities during the pandemic and to pivot towards new opportunities. So this is really very inspiring and very important. I will be really very brief. Actually, I prepared a small presentation, but now I don't know if you see my screen.
Yeah, we can see that.
Okay, I'm now more aware that I should have introduced something different, but anyway, CLIC Brussels Management School is a partner of Horizon 2020 CLIC project. Maybe it's interesting to mention that CLIC has a very important experience in coaching and growing startups, both for our students, because we have an annual sustainability challenge for master's students, and they work on developing business models for existing startups in Belgium. And it's a lot regarding not only the business model, but also how this business model could be inclusive and sustainable for the society as such. CLIC also hosts a startup lab for its students to develop their ideas from day one, and they're really supported into from the first moment until the implementation. And it's really important to know also that we have a pedagogical program for students from the age of 6 until 18 about entrepreneurship. What's particularly new and what we're doing is thanks to CLIC, actually, because we were engaged in 2 work packages. The first one is about supporting circular governance models, but the second one, which is more related to the startup competition, is about the circular business model. So what we did practically is to run 4 business model workshops in our pilot cities. By pilot cities, I mean CLIC pilot cities, and actually colleagues from Pages de Zwiger were also engaged. We had the municipality of Rijeka, municipality of Salerno, and colleagues from Västra Jutland region in Sweden. What we learned from this experience is that there are a lot of expertise in the cultural and creative sector, because the majority of our participants came actually from the CCCs. One of the most relevant, let's say, capacities is actually creativity and innovation. However, we also noticed that there were a number of challenges and needs for the sector itself. So this is why very recently this year, we decided to launch, in addition to all the entrepreneurship project at CLIC, a specific project about cultural entrepreneurship. And we call it the Sea Ship because it's a ship, and it's, how do you say, an entrepreneurship journey. It builds, of course, on cultural and heritage economics and on social entrepreneurship and agile ways of working. Our ultimate goal is to achieve a systemic and inclusive approach to the creative economies. We aim at enabling cultural professionals from the sector to fulfill not only financial sustainability, but also to bridge the upskilling gap in sustainable business management and resilience. This is why our program will be launched in September 2021, initially as a summer school. And actually by the end of October, we will launch a survey in order to assess the needs and the challenges. The program will be tackling both professionals, like individuals willing to develop their own projects, or small and medium cultural and creative industries, or big ones. And it is, of course, open to both public and private institutions. So institutions might decide either to upskill their own employees or to give the opportunity to an artist or a startupper or a professional from their own network to enroll in the training program. Finally, we will also provide consultancies open to public, private, IGOs, NGOs who really need to develop innovative and creative ideas in their field. So this is it for now from my end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ruba. It was really interesting to hear from you. And I think that even in the follow-up activity after the project is concluded, you could imagine two other kind of cooperation. As you know, your activity is very interesting, even to give a follow-up to the project outputs. So I know that Servats is got another meeting, he needs to go. So thank you very much, Servats, and see you as soon as possible. And I would like...
That would be wonderful.
Thank you. Bye, Servats. And I would like to welcome Filippo Mirati. Filippo works for ENEA and for Enterprise Europe Network. And so I will ask him just to tell us how the Enterprise Europe Network can help the project to CLIC project and CLIC Startup Competition to grow, and what kind of cooperation you can imagine even after the project conclusion.
Okay. Thank you, and welcome. I am happy to be here to give my welcome, my greetings, and those of ENA to all participants in this meeting, and to CLIC partners. In special way, the colleague of Italian National Research Council, Institute for Research on Innovation and Services for Development, and of course, a special thanks also to Enrico for its activity, for its commitment on development of economic for startups and so on. Let me say just a few words about ENEA, my host organization. ENEA is a national agency for new technologies, energy, and sustainable economic development. It's a public body aimed at research, technological innovation, and the provision of advanced services to enterprises, public administration, and citizens in the sectors of energy, environment, and sustainable economic development. ENEA is also a partner of Enterprise Europe Network since the beginning, since the 2008. Enterprise Europe Network is the largest support network for small and medium-sized enterprise with international ambitions. It's active in more than 60 countries and brings together more than 4,000 experts for more than 600 members organization, including Chamber of Commerce and Industry, technology pools, innovation support organization, universities and research institutes, regional development organization. Most of them have been supporting local business for a long time. The Enterprise Europe Network is co-founded by EU programs for competitiveness of SMEs and the Horizon 2020 program, and is a key instrument of the EU strategy to boost growth and job. In Italy, there are 6 EN consortium composed by 55 partners, and Enea in particular is member of the consortium Bridge Economies for the South Italy regions. The Enterprise Europe Network offers 3 broad of free services to SMEs related to the principal needs for growth of SMEs and startup that are related to partnership, advice related to a partnership, and support for business and innovation group. Related to partnership, the SMEs can have access to a largest database of business and technological opportunity, and can have service support by EN partners to establish new international partnership with excellent growth potential. Moreover, we organize fast and effective matchmaking and brokerage event at the international conference to save clients time and money, and related to the actual COVID crisis, we are organizing some brokerage event online with a great success, a great participation of client. Moreover, we also organize trade mission that can lead successful partnership to for the participants. Related to innovation process, we recognize innovation potential and help SMEs shape into commercial success. Our partners help SMEs commercialize their innovation faster, and with our practical personal advice, SMEs are confident to expand internationally, protecting their ideas and assets as they grow. In order to better meet the supports, the needs of the SMEs, Enterprise Europe Network is also organized through specific sector group. Sector group is a group of network partners who commit to work together in order to meet the specific need of their clients operating in a particular sector. At the moment, we have more than 17 sector groups, from aerospace and dual-use technology to environment, from intelligent energy through health, agro-food, and so on. But related to the topics of the interest, the objective of the CLIC program, we have a specific sector group committed with tourism and cultural heritage activity. This group organizes brokerage event to help business reach technology transfer or cooperation agreement with other companies in their sector. This is a great potential opportunity to support the project, the objective of the project, giving all the support that Enterprise Europe Network could give to all participants to project, because reading our project, our objective, our goals, I think there are many opportunity and synergy with our activity to support the development and the access to the market of new enterprises, new startup, and support them to grow in the global markets. So I agree with your objective, with your project, with your goals, and I make all the efforts possible to help to reach these your goals. Thank you for your attention.
Enrico, you have the microphone.
So thank you, Filippo. Thank you a lot. And so we expect a great contribution from your organization to our project in terms of startup participation. And during the event, of course, you'll be part of our jury. So thank you in advance for the help you will give us for the success of the CLIC project. I would like to thank all our speakers. We have just arrived at 1 hour of talk, so we are even if we started later, we respect the length of the talk. So thank you, everybody, and we hope that this conference will help us to find more and more participants for our startup competition. Thank you, everybody. See you soon in Naples for the main event. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye.